Very few of us get to see real Eames speakers, even though it's a good way to learn an important Eames lesson. In 1956, new owners took over the Stephens Tru-Sonic company in Culver City, California, and they called on their friends Charles and Ray Eames to do some loudspeaker enclosures for them. They did about 4 loudspeaker enclosures, but we have an interview with Charles talking about it, and from that we learn that of the 4 enclosures that the Eames office did, this was Charles's favorite. And there's a lot of things about this that make it an Eames design, and one thing is, you'd think, well, was this his favorite because it looks so cool? That isn't really the case. I think what really made this Charles's favorite, and this comes out in the interview, is the depth to which he thought about the person buying the speaker and using it in their home. He asked the engineers at the Stephens Tru-Sonic company a series of questions, and one question was, what's the grill cloth for? And when Charles learned that the grill cloth was simply there to keep people from poking their fingers through the paper cone, he thought to himself, well, why have woven wool and weaves as speaker grill cloth? That just collects dust. So the Eames office said, we're going to put a plastic grill cloth over that. But they took it one step further. There was very few places that Charles and Ray wouldn't go to give service and performance to the customer. And what Charles cited that he particularly loved about this design is that this aluminum hoop will unscrew. And that meant that if something happened where dust did get on the grill cloth, you could unscrew this, and it really does unscrew. I won't do that right now, but it does unscrew. You could run it under the faucet, or should something damage the speaker grill cloth, because this unscrews, it would be really easy to replace this part. Something else that I think does make this Eamesian, they weren't really, there's no Eames style, as Bill Lacey said, who was a close friend. There is no Eames style. There's a legacy of problems beautifully solved. But when we look at their famous 670 and 671 chair, we see that the Eameses liked radius edges. Radius edges are people-friendly. On the new Eames Designs website, there's a wonderful video of a child who's 3 years old playing with this. A 3-year-old child can play around an Eames lounge chair and ottoman and not hurt himself because of the radius edges. And we see the radius edges on this item too. The part where people aren't going to bump their knee is squared off, but where you might encounter this with a foot or with your arm, this radius edge is very human friendly.